अब यहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कोएगुलेशन यानी कि प्रेसिपिटेशन, सिंपल थिंग प्रेसिपिटेट, जो एक बार एक सोल्यूशन बन गया और कुछ दिनों के लिए हमने वैसे ही रख दिया तो क्या हो जाएगा, सब कुछ जो सोल्यूट रहता है वो नीचे आके गिर जाता है, राइट? So in such condition, whatever the things that are settling down in a solution, we call it as a precipitate. Okay, so now let us consider for a minute that we have a beaker, and in this beaker we have a solvent. Okay, और इस solvent में हम क्या करेंगे, we have the colloidal particle. Let's say these are all colloidal particles. Now when you consider these as a colloidal particle, and if I see carefully about this colloidal particle, what I will see is this colloidal particle is going to be having a size wherein all the particles have come together, and over this particular colloid is stable because it has on its surface the electrolytes of a particular charge. Okay, there is a charge of an electrolyte. This particular charge, we can expect it to be a positive charge, or we can expect it to be a negative charge. At least one of the charges will be present. And we should understand that all these particular charges are of the same magnitude, same charges. Okay, अगर यहाँ पर negative है, next one be negative, 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 negative. Every single thing is negative. Okay, so when if I disturb, if I am going to disturb these particular charges, अगर इस particular charges को मैंने disturb कर दिया तो क्या हो जाएगा, ये जो precipitate सॉरी ये जो colloid है वो नीचे solution में आके गिर जाएगा, यानी कि all of these will start to go down and then they will form a particular precipitate here. कब हो जाएगा, जब हम इस particular charges को disturb करेंगे. This particular charges what we have. Can I expect everyone to please mute your microphones? Okay, so what will happen is we are trying to see that all these charges what we have, they are going to be, excuse me everyone, please can you please mute your, okay, now looking forward, when we disturb this particular charges, that is when we take off these particular charges by any of the methods, those methods we will be discussing now. Okay, so when we disturb these charges, what will happen is all these particles of colloids will start to settle down. And this process of seeing that this particular particles getting settled down is called as coagulation, or we call it as the precipitation of salts. Quite simple as that. So coagulation or precipitation of sole is nothing more than precipitation of the colloidal particles is called as coagulation. Okay, so now looking into the types of coagulation, first we'll see the definition, then we'll go towards the types. Okay, the phenomena of conversion of sole into a precipitate by addition of an electrolyte is called as coagulation. अभी electrolyte क्यों mention किया गया है, we will talk about this in a few minutes. Okay, now what are the different types? First one, by addition of electrolyte. Second one is by mutual coagulation of soles. Third one by persistent dialysis. Dialysis हमने कल देख लिया था. Okay, by boiling, by centrifugation, by electrophoresis. Okay, so now let's observe back. So when we observe that we have a colloidal solution, okay, when we have a colloidal solution, what will happen is in this colloidal solution, the colloidal particles, what we have, these particles are stable. These particular particles are stable because of the charges which are present on the surface of this particular colloid, right? अभी अगर हमने किसी भी तरह से इस पर्टिकुलर चार्जेस को हटा दिया, डिस्टर्ब कर दिया, तो क्या हो जाएगा, हर कोई जो पार्टिकल है यहाँ पे वो नीचे सेटल डाउन हो जाएगा. यही तो हमने डेफिनेशन में सीखा था. अब एडिशन ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट, कैसा एडिशन ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प अस इन द कोएगुलेशन. ऑब्जर्व. ओके, सो व्हेन वी ऑब्जर्व the surface of these particular colloids, let's say that this particular colloid is taken into consideration, and when we observe the surface of a colloid, what will happen is this colloid has charges on its surface. right? Charges such as, let's say, positive, 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 positive here, positive here. Addition of an electrolyte. Now you are trying to add an electrolyte to that. So when we add an electrolyte यानी कि क्या हो जाएगा? What kind of electrolyte that we have? Example is Na plus, right? And Cl minus, right? So when we add Na plus or Cl minus, when we add Na plus, if this particular charges what we have seen over here are all positive, if they are all positive in this case, okay, तो फिर क्या हो जाएगा? The negative ones, the negative electrolyte, what we have, that is over here, this negative electrolyte जो है यहाँ पे, ये negative electrolyte attract हो जाएगा towards these particular electrolytes. As this negative one will get attracted towards the positive electrolytes which is present on the colloid, what will happen is they will get attracted, they will get neutralized, and this will take away that charge and go. Okay, as a result of which this particular central colloid is now without any charge on its surface. As it is, there is no charge on the surface, what will happen is all of this will start getting precipitated down. Okay, this is how it is going to act. Done. Mutual coagulation of salts. Mutual coagulations of salts यानी कि क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पर? Let's say that we have different colloidal particles, one here, one here, along with the charges. So as they try to come close to each other, okay, due to the same charges on the surface, there will be high amount of repulsion. Due to the high amount of repulsion, all of this will try to get condensed or they will try to get precipitated down. Quite simple as that. Persistent dialysis. कल हमने dialysis को देखा था जहां पर हमने क्या किया था? We have taken a parchment paper. यहाँ पर जो membrane था उस particular bag का क्या था? वो parchment membrane था. और इस parchment membrane में क्या हो रहा था? That particular membrane will be having a very very small amount of pores, through which all the electrolytes were passing when we supply the water, right? अगर इस particular process को हमने continue कर दिया तो बहुत सारे time के लिए, okay, let's say we have continued the process for almost like 45 minutes or 1 hour, then what it will do is, as the water is flowing, whatever the charges are there on the colloid, even those charges will get disturbed and even they will flow away if the more amount of water is added or if this particular dialysis is continued for a lot of time. So therefore, it is called as a persistent dialysis. Okay, so now coming towards the fourth method, that is called as a boiling method. Of course, when we boil, what will happen? All of these colloidal particles will start going from one position to the another. With increase in the heat or with increase in the temperature, what will happen? One colloidal particle is sure to go and collide with the another ones. Correct? There will be collisions. When there will be a collision, what will happen is, due to this continuous collisions, these particles which are having the charges, they are going to collide and the charges are going to be disturbed. Okay, due to the collision, due to repeated collision, all of these charges will now go out of their particular respective surfaces. As these charges will go away, this particular colloid will, of course, it is going to get settled down. This is how it works. Okay, सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन यानी कि क्या रहेगा उस पर्टिकुलर एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में जब हम ले लेंगे इस पर्टिकुलर कोलॉइड्स को, it has been rotated at a very very high speed, due to which again, of course, there will be collisions. Due to collisions, what will happen is all the particles will get precipitated. Final one is the electrophoresis method. Now, yesterday we had already seen what was an electrophoresis method, right? Okay, so we'll observe the method of electrophoresis now into detail again once more. And remember, the electrophoresis is for the 3 mark subdivision. Okay, so I hope you understood the different methods. So the phenomena of conversion of the salts into a precipitate by addition of an electrolyte is called as a coagulation or a precipitation. Okay. By addition of an electrolyte, that is the first method, by addition of electrolyte, we have seen by mutual coagulation of salts, persistent dialysis, by boiling, by centrifugation, and by electrophoresis. Okay, now we will observe What exactly is an electrophoresis? Of course, we had done that yesterday, but today, with the help of a good diagram, we'll continue. Okay, so you can expect this particular electrophoresis in your examination for your 3 marks subdivision. Remember this. Okay, you can expect it for 3 marks. So diagram is important, very important diagram, and just try to understand the concept. You can write it all by yourself in examination. Okay, so first we'll take a look into the diagram. Yes. Now observe here. Yesterday, as we said, that we are going to take over here a U-shaped tube, and that is this. This is a U-shaped tube, right? Now, this is your colloidal solution here. That's what we have taken. And these are your colloidal particles. The one with the circles, what you can see is all the colloidal particles. Now, when you are going to dip a electrode over here and here, okay, an electrode which is going to contain a platinum coating. This particular electrodes that what we have, it is going to be connected to the batteries. One will be connected to the positive terminal and another one will be connected to the negative terminal. Okay. As a result, what will happen is once this particular thing is connected to the battery, now these colloidal particles will start moving depending upon their charges. Let us say that this particular colloidal particles have a negative charge. If I have negative charge, then of course the direction of this particular colloid now will be something towards a positive terminal like this. As this particular things will move, you can see at one particular section of the U-tube, it will be getting cleared, something over here like this. Okay, so as this particular thing goes on becoming clear, at the another end, it becomes much more denser with respect to the colloidal particle. Now, due to this movement, you can directly predict that what kind of charges are present on the colloid. But if we keep on supplying the electricity for a very long time, what will happen is all of this colloid will come towards one terminal. एक terminal पर आके क्या हो जाएगा वहां पे? They will come and they are going to stand. Okay, so let's say that this is the electrode, what is going to be connected. Okay, and this is the plate over there. And this is the plate. Okay, electrode plate. Now, all of these colloidal particles, they have charge. The charge what is present on them is a negative in this case. Okay, due to which all of this will start to come and they will attach themselves to this particular electrode like this. The moment that they are going to come and attach over here, the electric balance is neutralized. That is, the entire section will become neutralized क्योंकि यहाँ पर negative charges था और जो electrode था वो हमारा positive charges था. So therefore, what will happen? The electrons will flow from the colloid into the electrode there. Therefore, leaving this particular system, whatever we have, okay, leaving the system of colloids as completely neutral in their nature. Okay, so this is your 3 mark subdivision. Try to remember this. So, any problem till this point? Anyone has? Anyone has any problem? Okay, okay, thank you. Fine, let's start with the next one. So, the particles will move towards the cathode and therefore it is also called as cataphoresis. Electrophoresis का next name भी है as cataphoresis. Okay, the particles will move towards the anode, that is called as anophoresis. यानी कि अगर positive terminal या फिर negative terminal के हिसाब से लिखा जाए तो cataphoresis और anaphoresis both ही बोला जाएगा. Okay, the phenomena of migration of the colloidal particles under the presence of the electric potential is called as electrophoresis. You just remember this. That is, there is a migration of these particles towards one of them or one of the particular electrodes, and hence it is called as electrophoresis. Now, Hardy-Sieves rule जो है वो आपकी competitive exam के लिए बहुत ही important रहेगा. Please observe the statement what it says. The higher the charge of the oppositely charged ion is added as an electrolyte will have a greater capacity for the coagulation of a solid. Now, It's a little bit confusing for us to understand that. Okay, so for this, first, what we will do is we will take into consideration of a colloidal system. Let's say that this is a colloidal system here containing the solvent. Let's say this is a solvent, and what we have is these are our colloidal particles. Now, why these colloidal particles are stable? What was the condition? Why these colloidal particles are stable? Is because these particles have the charges on them. Correct? This is what we have been discussing for a very long time. Now, what they're asking, coagulation. Okay. अभी देखो coagulate कैसा करना था by addition of electrolyte. Now let's say that I have two electrolytes. One is, let me say as NaCl. Okay. अगर NaCl है तो इसमें से आ जाएगा मुझे as Na plus and Cl minus. This is what I'm going to get. Okay, now let's say I have the second one. I have a second electrolyte that is going to be as AlCl3. अगर AlCl3 ले लेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? Al plus, sorry, Al plus 3 चार्ज आ जाएगा Al पे, करेक्ट, और Cl पे रहेगा एज माइनस चार्ज. थर्ड इलेक्ट्रोलाइट हम ले लेंगे एज ओ हियर एज BaCl2. Okay, so when we take BaCl2, can I say it is going to be Ba plus 2 and Cl minus. So we have three different types of electrolytes in this case. First one is Na plus and Cl minus. Second one is Al plus 3 and Cl minus. Third one is Ba plus 2 and Cl minus, that is BaCl2. Okay, so now what this Hardy-Seve's rule is trying to tell us is, if we want to coagulate this particular colloidal solution, the electrolyte which you add, if it has a higher charge on this, which of them has a higher charge? Which electrolyte has a higher charge in this case is going to be Al plus 3, right? Higher the charge on the electrolyte, the more is the capacity to coagulate a colloidal solution. यानी कि अगर मैंने NaCl को ले लिया, BaCl2 को ले लिया और AlCl3 को ले लिया, सबसे ज्यादा कैपेसिटी रहेगा AlCl3 का, क्योंकि Al पे जो कैपेसिटी है या फिर चार्ज है वो ज्यादा है. ज्यादा चार्ज होने के कारण क्या हो जाएगा, उसकी जो क्षमता है या फिर कैपेसिटी है कोएगुलेट करने की, वो बढ़ जाएगा. Alright, so therefore what it says is, higher the charge of an oppositely charged ion in an added electrolyte, greater will be the capacity of coagulation of a solute. This is how they say. Alright, so quite simple. So you can expect this one in your normal theory exam with respect to just 2 marks of division, or usually 1 mark for the statement only. Now, coming towards the next one is the coagulation's value, या फिर coagulation value. Okay, coagulation's value that we'll see. Any problem with respect to the Hardy-Seve's rule anyone has? Okay, coming towards the coagulation power. Now, the minimum amount of an electrolytes in millimoles that is required to cause the coagulations of the 1 liter of the colloidal solution, yani ki coagulation of 1 liter of the colloidal solution, we call it as the coagulation value. Now, do you want me to explain this particular concept? The minimum amount of electrolytes in millimoles. Okay, now in order to understand this, we will say that we have a beaker, and this beaker contains 1 liter. Now condition is that this particular beaker, what we have now, it is going to contain 1 liter of colloidal solution. So here, this particular solution is going to be of 1 liter colloidal solution. So in order to see that this particular colloidal solution what we have is going to be precipitated, how much amount of electrolyte that we are going to add? Smaller amount of electrolyte that we add, if it is giving us more coagulation, That means it has more coagulating power. That means smaller the coagulating value, greater is the coagulating power. Okay, quite simple as that. So in order to see that whatever these particular particles that we have, the moment that we add an electrolyte to this, how small amount of electrolyte can completely precipitate this entire section of colloidal solution, the 1 liter of the colloidal solution, how better it can precipitate all of this is called as your coagulating power or coagulating value. The final concept for today is going to be the gold number. Okay, so the gold number is defined as the number of milligrams of the protective colloid which will prevent just the coagulation of 10 cm cube of the standard gold sol on addition of 1 cm cube of the solution of sodium chloride. Now, you need to remember this thing in the form of a simple experiment. Okay, but first, let us say that we have two beakers this time. Let's say that first beaker, what we have here, this is the second beaker, what we have. In the first beaker, of course, there is a solvent, which we are going to convert it into a colloidal solution. So this is a solvent over here, 1, and this is a solvent over here as 2. Okay, so now what shall we do is, we are going to take the colloidal things into consideration. Let's say this is the colloid number 1. Okay, उसकी conditions मैं आपको बता दूंगा क्या है इसकी conditions के बारे में. Okay, so this is the first colloid over here. This is the second colloid over here. Now, let us say the first particular colloid what you have, that is this. Let's say this colloid is a lyophilic colloid, and the next section over here what we have, for the moment, let's say that this one is a lyophobic colloid. Okay, so we have two things. Now, we already know lyophilic colloids are more stable than the lyophobic colloids, right? This is what we already know. Therefore, now, in order to see that this lyophobic colloid is stabilized, what we can do is we can take this particular lyophilic colloid and we can add to this. Okay, when we add this lyophilic colloid to the lyophobic colloid, what will happen is, if we consider that this is a lyophobic colloid, okay, let's consider this circle as a lyophobic colloid for a moment. Now what will happen is, as the moment that you add your lyophilic colloid to this particular section, all these particles of lyophilic colloid will come around the lyophobic colloid and then they will surround it like this. Now already we know that the lyophilic colloid are very good in connection, or they are attracting the water very well, right? So what will happen is, this entire segment is going to cover your lyophilic colloid, and it is going to see that the lyophilic colloid is not attracting with water, and therefore this lyophilic colloid is made more stable. यानी कि जब हम लायोफिलिक कोलाइड लायोफोबिक सेक्शन में डालेंगे तो फिर वो कोलाइड जो है वो ज्यादा स्टेबल बन जाएगा. Now, due to this, what they say is the gold number is defined as the number of milligram of protective colloid. यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, हमारा जो लायोफिलिक कोलाइड था वो प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है लायोफोबिक कोलाइड को, करेक्ट. तो दिस पर्टिकुलर लायोफिलिक कोलाइड्स का जो पार्टिकल्स है यहाँ पे, okay, so these are also called as now protective colloids. This is also called as protective colloid in this case. So what is the power of this particular protective colloid in milligrams that will prevent. अभी यहाँ पर एक बार डालने के बाद क्या हो गया, ये जो सिस्टम है यहाँ पे वो ज्यादा स्टेबल हो गया है. Okay, but what is the power of this particular protective colloid इन ऑर्डर टू प्रिवेंट कोएगुलेशन, कोएगुलेट होने नहीं देने वाला है, जब इस गोल्ड सोल को, जब इस पर्टिकुलर सोल को हम ऐड करेंगे 1 cm³ ऑफ 10% सोडियम क्लोराइड, यानी कि यहाँ पर हम क्या ऐड करने वाले हैं, इसको सोडियम क्लोराइड ऐड करने वाले हैं इन ऑर्डर टू सी वेदर इट इज गोइंग टू गेट प्रेसिपिटेटेड. बट हाउ मच अमाउंट वी आर गोइंग टू ऐड? जस्ट 1 cm³, यानी कि 1 ml ऐड करने वाले हैं हम इसको. Okay, we are just going to add 1 cm³ of 10% solution. Okay, if this particular thing is not getting coagulated, यानी कि precipitation नहीं हो रहा है, तो फिर इस पर्टिकुलर जो लायोफोबिक कोलाइड था वो अच्छा प्रोटेक्टिव कोलाइड की तरह वर्क कर रहा है. Okay, so this was the last concept about your surface chemistry. So is there anything that you want me to teach? Okay, anyone wants any of the concept to be taught again, please let me know. Okay, then shall we end with the session for today? Okay, Kusma says that there is no doubt. Anyone has any other doubt, then please let me know. And yes, from tomorrow, which chapter do you want me to start? Is there any preference from your side? Is there anything that you want? Okay, I'm getting some messages. Let's see. Okay. Okay, you're not getting any video links on your Gmail. Okay, fine. I will talk to sir and I'll ask sir to send you again once more. Not a problem. Okay, Adil says solution. You want me to start up with the solutions? Okay, let me see about that. Okay. Okay. Patil sir, can you please send the video link to once again?
sir.
To the student called as Kusuma, please send them video link once again.
Hello, sir.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay.
Okay. Solution was not discussed by the previous sir. The chapter solution was not discussed by the previous lecturer. Okay, Adil says DNF block. Okay, fine, not a problem. That is much more good enough. Okay, that they have already completed. So, solutions have already been completed. Okay, fine. Okay, so DNF block. Okay, you want me to repeat the D and F block systems? Fine, not a problem. Okay, we'll get back to you for the DNF block. Not a problem at all. So fine, we'll see if we can start out with a DNF block. Okay. Sure, then take care. We'll meet you tomorrow.